personally, I think like over 18, because realistically, when you're dating, you're looking for marriage, and under 18, you're not going to be looking to marry anyone. So what's the point of dating?
When you're like 21 and over, you have money and you can.
You need to have some source of finance, because you both have to put things in and show that you can provide things, because our home should be stable.
Any age over 18, you are like emotionally stable.
But what has money got to do with this?
I think that we're following what the Bible says. We are Christians. If God said the woman is the head of the home, then there's no problem with that. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to bring anything to the table. Me, myself, I know that we have to contribute. As women have to respect their husband, men have to respect their wife.
I've been heavily influenced by African culture in my household, and I would say that I'm grateful for it 100%.
When it comes to beating, you have to do it in moderation, because if it's too much, sometimes I feel like sometimes parents can contradict themselves, because they'll beat and still let them do what they want to do.
The Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. However, I feel like you should know your child and know how your child is going to react to certain things, because sometimes a word like, if my mom talks to me, I know that me too, I'll go and look behind and really reevaluate what I've done. So I feel like there's certain situations that don't come with beating straight away. You should be able to talk to your child and be able to have that one-on-one type of relationship with them. So beating is not always the answer, but
At some point, you should beat them, but not like to an extent where you like traumatize them.
Some children, like, it's better to just talk to them and caution them, because they learn that way. And some people may be overly sensitive and, take the beating as a wrong instruction. So I just pray God teaches.
Well, personally, I feel like the tattoos and piercing is more like an African culture thing, where they see as you look a certain way. But westernized cultures, I feel like they need to separate it from Western culture.
The Bible says that your body is your temple and shall not mock your body. So I don't really think people should be tattooed.
I think it's all about your motivation behind it, and whether, you think it's going to be for looks or like earthly things, or just you as a person.
Promote the devil's work.
I don't necessarily feel like tattoos is a good way to express yourself or any motivation behind it. I don't really feel like there's a need to do it.
For me, you need to marry a Christian, because obviously you want to go to heaven. So
You shouldn't marry outside your religion, just because as Christians, we want to it's our duty to raise our children in the way of Christ. And there are just certain values that come with Christianity that maybe an outsider won't understand.
I feel like you should date or marry someone within your religion, because you never know you're going to date a demonic person. Like, you can marry them and then, let's say you're sleeping, they'll just curse you or possess you.
Like, when you do have a child, what religion do they grow up in? And, it just makes it more confusing. And I think it's better just to stay within your religion.
Religion is a main part of marriage, and it's not going to work if there's two religions, because at the end of the day, it's more of like a competition. Who's going to convert to which? And especially when you have a child, it messes with the child's head, messes up with the household.
It depends on what the artist is singing about, because some of the artists use their music to promote the devil's work. So you just gotta be careful, not fall for that trap again.
I don't think it's a bad song, but am I gonna be listening to it every morning? No. Well, my life is on Christ. I'm listening to gospel songs, but maybe once in a while,
It depends to the meaning of the music, because some music are actually genuinely demonic, and some of what the artist does is demonic. So you need to be careful.
It definitely depends on the meaning behind the song and the artist's intentions.
Some of the religious music aren't just as catchy. Some are really good, but some aren't just as catchy.
It depends on intentions of the song as well. And it's hard because, and I know the parents as well, because when Booga comes on, they all needs to dance. So
I feel alcohol in itself isn't bad, but I feel like when you start taking it to a certain extent and you can't control yourself, that is when it starts to get bad.
Know your limits and keep your sanity.
I think it's all about balance. You have to know your limits. Don't do it where you're drunk.
It's easy to say like, oh, like know your limit, but then again, how do you know your limit? Some people are lightweight, some people are heavyweight. They can drink one shot and they're no longer in control of their body.
For me, I don't have any connection with the pubs.
Me personally, since I'm like quite sporty and I want to live a healthy life, I won't be drinking alcohol. So I'll just stick to drinking water.
The age limit, where your liver has developed.
18.
I think below 18 really is not ideal to be drinking.
I feel like with social media, there should be an age limit. Maybe under 16 should not be having social media because I feel like they're not like emotionally aware and they're not mentally developed to have social media. And you see a lot of people grow up and they'll be looking back at what they posted, what they tagged, and that's how a lot of people, because they're not mentally aware of what they're doing, they're just having fun.
I have to disagree with what Femi said. I don't think it's fair to say that that under 16 is not allowed to have social media, because I think with that it creates children who are now too eager on social media and want to try everything. I think if you gradually get like children accustomed to the idea that, oh, this is social media, but don't go on this app, or there's even YouTube Kids version as well. I think it's not fair to be like, oh, you can't have this because there's bad people, because the world is evil.
Well, for me personally, I tend not to post, not to share anything. I just keep a low profile on social media.
Parents tend to see what's good and bad in who you're marrying. So as long as they're not demonic, it's fine for me.
For me, parental view is very important, and at the end of the day, you need to bring your spouse to your parents. Going to them is like double checking like you're going on the right path. That's like their guidance.
If the person is not bad, then I don't see the issue.
My mum always says to me that nobody can say that they didn't hear of God, and I think that really, if they were a good person with good values, then God will eventually like talk to them, and they will meet God in the way that they need to.
Education, it's a very good thing. However, it might not be for everybody. So, for example, right now I'm studying architecture, and I know that there's so many other ways I could have gotten to where I want to go. However, I chose to go through the university route. I know so many people who are doing degree apprenticeships, doing internships. Like, there's so many ways to get to your destination.
A lot of people see that view, oh, this person didn't go to uni, or this person dropped out of school, and they're making millions, they're making a lot online. And I know, children will see that and they'll think, oh, like, if this person done it, I can do it. But there's like a very small percent that it works for.
People should be led by themselves, because at the end of the day, your parents are not going to sit the exams for you. They're not going to be the one to go through the hard times of what you're going to be going through to get to where you want to get to.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.